He broke the jump record. He's doing a 4.4. I don't think he broke any records for that. Let me see. I have the screenshots here of what records that he broke. It's a blast to see everyone talking smack. So by the numbers, comparing him to Cam Newton, okay, 6'4" and a quarter compared to Cam Newton is 6'5". Weight 244 to 248. Anthony's 40-yard dash, a 4.4 compared to a 4.6 in Cam Newton. His broad jump was a 10.9. Cam Newton was a 10.6. And then vertical was 40.5 to Cam Newton's 35 inches. And that was the record was the vertical jump with the 40.5. Mind you, he's 244 pounds, just getting absolute speed. 4.43 officially, Ushi. I love it. I love hearing that. That's great to hear. Now, something I want to go over here, okay? Something that I want to address. I'm sending it out to, again, a lot of my friends that aren't Gator fans but we've been talking smack, going back and forth. And I just get a text right now, and it goes, RG3, how did he do? Here's what I want to note, okay? What I've been claiming the entire time is that Anthony is going to go higher than what we all predicted originally, right? And I said this too, and I came out and made a video about it, got a lot of flack for it, and now everything that I said is coming true. I said verbatim, he's going to go to the NFL Combine and blow the roof off that son of a gun, just looking like an absolute freak, and here is what he's doing. He's doing exactly what we anticipated doing. Now, I'm going to address this into two parts because then the next thing is well, Florida just ruined talent. They can't develop anybody. They look like idiots. We'll get into that. What I'm trying to address right now, and all I'm saying is that by him doing all these things is going to increase his value. My buddy goes, how did RG3 do? RG3 went second pick behind Andrew Luck. I understand he went to the NFL and did not have the career that he anticipated having and we all thought he was going to have. We don't know what's going to happen. I understand that. Anthony has some weaknesses. We all know that. We've talked about that as well. Okay? However, my point about this the entire time is that what he's doing right now, he is separating himself from everybody else. Holly in the chat, well, him running a 4.4 doesn't mean anything. All it's why do they run it then? Why do they use this stat if these don't mean anything? They mean something to these guys. That's why they look at it. It allows for them to see their athletic ability. They love seeing it. Him being able to jump and do a broad jump, you're right. How does any of this correlate to him being a quarterback? It doesn't correlate too much. But they see this physical specimen and they go, wow, this is great. What I find ironic is Trey Dean ran a 4.75, which is horribly slow in the 40-yard dash. Now, his speed does translate to his position a lot more. But when that comes out, everybody wants to go, oh, Trey Dean sucks and all this stuff, which, look, he's going to have a lot of flack. It's going to hurt his draft stock. My entire preface here, my entire point, okay, are these things that we're talking about, we're looking at right now, the broad jump, the 40-yard dash, the vert, are they going to translate to him being a GOAT, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that to be true. But I do believe that they're going to make him way more valuable than he probably was coming into this NFL Combine. And I thought about this today as well too. Him having very little experience in college at this point probably is benefiting him, to be honest with you, because again, what he had to deal with, you can't really count a sophomore year. I mean, a sophomore year was just full of highlights. It was literally a highlight reel when Mullen was there and Emory was still a starter. Then he comes in, he is the starter for the Florida Gators. Obviously doesn't have the season that I think we all would have liked him to have, that I'm sure he would have liked to have, right? But because of the dysfunction that is the Florida Gators at the moment, probably benefits him because what's going to happen, again, he comes out, pumps out these numbers, pumps out these verticals, these jumps. He's probably going to do pretty well with throwing and passing. All that's going to happen is Florida's going to get even more flack, which that should be anticipated. If you're Coach Billy, you just move on, you dust it off, no big deal, because he'll be like, well, obviously, Gainesville doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know how to handle great talent because they had somebody here and they ruined it. Here's my second opinion here. If he ends up going out and he goes to first round and he has a phenomenal first year in the NFL draft, we as Florida fans need to learn to shut the fuck up, okay? Because what happened is, and myself included, now we had reason to be frustrated because of the certain things that we saw, but we are starting to get a record of pushing people out, whether it be coaches, players, etc. And with the portal and all these things, we Florida fans probably should pipe the fuck down for a little bit, okay? Because we come in here thinking we have this ego and that we know it all and that we're the ultimate, armchair quarterbacks, and we're pushing these guys out. Because looking at him now, it's like, damn, did we miss out? Are we going to look back at a year and be like, we effed up. If we would have showed him some love, had a little more patience, imagine going into this next season with Anthony still there. Now, would he have stayed regardless if we showed him a lot of love? I don't know, because I truly believe him coming back only hurts him, right? If we're being honest here. Just because, again, with the little data that they have to look at, they can almost kind of brush it off as if no big deal, right? That's not on him. He's showing lights out now. So we will see. Gator Nation says, listen, follow actual NFL scouts. Certain positions you bet on traits and quarterbacks is one. Have you heard Bama fans? Johnny, what have I heard? Bama fans have a little bit more to work with, though. Bama's won over the last 6 years, right? So that's my point on that. Yeah, I didn't play much in quarterback in high school either. So how much can we put this on Florida? Look, here's what's going to happen. Here's how this is going to break down. He goes on and he becomes a great NFL quarterback. You've got the Miamis of the world, the Gator haters, the FSU fans. They're going to say, Florida sucks. They can't develop anybody. Georgia as well. And look, you're going to have every right to do that. Can we say that because of what happened? Look, you had Dan Mullen, the quarterback guru in there that was over him, right? And now we had, Mullen or Napier come in and have just a year with him. So how much can we put it on the Florida? I don't know. But look, if you're an opposing fan, you're going to fully abuse that and use that to your advantage, as you should. When it's anytime there's a shit-talking battle, you should. And again, we as Florida fans right now are all, it's kind of done and over with, the season's over with, and now we're all claiming Anthony is a Gator great because he's looking like an absolute stud in the combine. And that's part of being a fanatic, right? That's part of how that cookie crumbles. But a lot of good things are coming out. Ian Rappaport even spoke today where, look, they had him going probably in that second tier of quarterbacks, still going late first round. But a lot of the teams that are looking at him, including Indianapolis, who have mentioned trading up to that first round draft pick, have been in conversations with Anthony. The Raiders have been in conversation with Anthony. A lot of teams that are in the looks for quarterbacks have been in conversations with Anthony Richardson. I also heard that his interview again did really well. And yes, hashtag 6 points. Danny Thompson. Danny Thompson's got a lot of flack as well going into this season on developing quarterbacks. Now he's about to send this one to the NFL. And I think, look, out of the quarterbacks, Thompson's going to get either a lot of credit for this one, or he could also take a lot of hit for this one as well, because to be fair, how much development did anybody, he's had probably the most time with Anthony and the most, ability to develop Anthony as well. So we will see.